And I want to thank the media for coming, all of our allies, and most of all, I want to thank the moms who came out here to share their stories. The purpose of us standing up here right now is not really for you just to listen to another story. The purpose of this is that the fact that, dreamers, Dream Act eligible youth have been, we have been really good at personalizing this issue, and we've been really good at sharing our stories and saying why the DREAM Act is important to our community and why dreamers like myself, because I'm undocumented, why we need the DREAM Act. But now we're going to change that narrative. Right now, the time for dreamers to share their stories is now, but also the time is now for moms and immigrant adults to come out of the shadows and share their stories. So again, dreamers, we don't want to take all the credit. This battle is really not about us anymore. It's about our family, it's about our community, it's about U.S. citizen children who would be separated from their mother if she were to be deported because she's undocumented. This battle is really about our community as a whole. So we are here to try to change this narrative again, and that is why moms are going to share their story on why they immigrated to the United States, and also why we need immigration reform. And I'm very, very proud to announce my mother, Victoria Serrano. She is going to share her story, and it's going to be in Spanish. So can Victoria come up here and share her story, please?
Me llamo Victoria Serrano. Yo emigré a Estados Unidos con una esperanza de darles algo mejor a mis hijos, con un porvenir para ellos. Venía tan feliz y tan contenta que no me importaba el sufrimiento que iba a pasar, sin saber qué iba a pasar. Pero mis hijos estaban primero. Al llegar a Estados Unidos, el sueño americano se volvió en un fracaso. ¿Por qué? Porque mis hijos, ellos no tenían papeles para seguir estudiando, no teníamos permiso para trabajar. Ese sueño se volvió un verdadero, ¿cómo diría? Un verdadero tormento, porque todas las madres venimos con ese interés de darles algo mejor a sus hijos, y llegar aquí y mirar que todo era falsedad. Porque cuando mis hijos se dieron cuenta que no tenían sus papeles, cayeron en depresión, al grado de enfermarse, costó que llevarlos al doctor. Y para una madre es lo más duro ver a sus hijos llorar, ver a sus hijos decir, ya no puedo más, no tiene importancia la vida. Yo sentí que todo se caía. Yo sentí que en lugar de haberles hecho un bien, hice un mal para ellos. Me arrepentí de todo corazón. Pero sin embargo, aquí estoy. Moisés me dio las fuerzas, las dos hijas que tengo me dieron las fuerzas para seguir adelante, y Moisés me supo levantar, porque yo también estaba tirada en el piso. Moisés me supo levantar, y ahora gracias a Moisés estamos luchando todos. Yo soy tan feliz y tan orgullosa de Moisés y de las dos hijas que tengo, porque Moisés ha sabido levantarnos a todos, levantar el ánimo a toda su familia. Estoy tan orgullosa de 3 hijos que tengo maravillosos y deseo lo mejor para ellos. La reforma sería algo tan importante para no seguir en esta oscuridad en que estamos, para no seguir cubriéndonos de todo, saliendo con tanto miedo. Como yo le dije un día a mi hijo, salimos como fuera la crema, como un animal, escondiéndonos, cubriéndonos de la policía. ¿A dónde nos va a agarrar la policía? Habemos personas que no tenemos trabajo y solo eso pensamos, en que vamos a tener que pagar un ticket, y no solamente un ticket, una detención. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué hacen todo eso con uno? Nosotros no venimos a hacer un mal, venimos a trabajar, a cooperar con el gobierno, porque también pagamos taxes, aunque nos dicen que no pagamos, sí pagamos taxes. Entonces, ¿por qué hacer eso con nosotros? No somos unos delincuentes, somos unas personas trabajadoras. Y vamos a seguir luchando, aquí estamos y vamos a luchar hasta donde se pueda. Estamos preparados para luchar. Y voy a seguir apoyando a Moisés en todo lo que se pueda. Y sí se puede.
I want to thank my mom, and also for those who are not Spanish speakers, she touched on very important subjects like depression and suicide, which is something that the undocumented community must live with. That's an issue that is not really talked about. But you know, we are, for those of us who are undocumented, even for our citizen and allied friends and family members, there's a psychological warfare going on in our community because we are being felt like we are being persecuted to the point that we feel that life is no longer worth living. And fear of the police is something that we always must be on the constant lookout, because we're driving without a driver's license, to put food and bread on the table. But we also must deal with the very harsh reality that we must pay whatever type of fines or tickets that we might get. And also, a lot of traffic stops will result in a deportation in North Carolina. So I want to thank my mom for talking. Thank you so much. And now we're going to listen to another amazing mom. Her name is Tracy, and she is Wooten's mom, and she is going to talk about the importance of LGBTQ inclusivity and immigration reform. So if Tracy can come on up here.
Good afternoon and happy Mother's Day. I am Tracy Gall. I grew up here in Yadkin County. I was taught to treat people the way I wanted to be treated, which is with respect and compassion. I have had the opportunity to meet gay youth who have been kicked out of their homes right here in this very area. On Mother's Day 2010, my own son Wooten came out to me that he is gay. We should not allow discrimination to tear our families apart. Amendment 1 shows me that gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender individuals are treated differently within the eyes of the law. I want my son to have the same rights that his sister and I have. Sexual orientation, ethnicity, or where you were born should not determine your human rights. As a mother, I feel we should all be treated within the law the same so that our families can stay together. We must consider this in immigration reform. Stop separating families based on immigration status, sexual orientation, or for any reason. We need Senator Hagan to vote yes on a federal immigration reform that includes gay, lesbian, transgender, and bisexual individuals. We are all humans, created by the same God who calls us to love.
That was Tracy, and again, I don't want to talk too much, but I think that she hit it on the head, because as an undocumented generation, we have very many closets to come out of. And we don't need to pile on any other closets. I know a lot of dreamers who have to come out about their immigration status, but they also have to come out of the closet as gay. So how many closets do our families need to live in? How many closets of fear do we need to paralyze our community in? And it's time now. The time is to come out of the shadows. It's time to come out of the closet as queer and undocumented individuals fighting for not immigrant rights, not LGBTQ rights, but we're fighting for human rights in the state of North Carolina and in our country. So our last speaker is going to be Christina, and she is my sister. And her story it motivates me on a daily basis, because my sister is a dreamer, but because of the amount of red tape and the amount of watering down of the DREAM Act, she has aged out of the DREAM Act, and she aged out of the deferred action process because of course she's no longer 31 anymore. So her story is something that motivates me and that keeps me going when I know that we need more. So I would like to introduce my sister to come up here and speak and share her story.
Hi, my name is Christina Serrano, and I was brought here when I was 11 years old, and hoping that, I guess my parents were hoping we would get a better life here. What can I say? I mean, you know, all this, it just breaks my heart that we have to be in the shadows. We have to be hiding, we have to be fighting from the police. So a reform is very, very important for everybody, especially for me, because every time I have to get out just to go buy groceries, drive to the grocery store, I'm frightened, I'm scared to go because I have my kids with me. I am the mother of 2 wonderful kids, and they were born here. And, you know, I'm scared that I can be taken away. I'm scared to leave them, you know, and I want to reform so I can fight, so I can work, so I can give them a better future for them. You know, I probably didn't think about this before. You know, I really probably didn't care about this before I even have kids. But now I do. You know, I want, like I said, I want a better future for them. And I want for them to go to college. I want to work. I want to be able to get out without being frightened, to have a driver's license. That's why the reform is very important. Not just for me, for all the mothers out there that need it. So please help us out here. We want to, that's all we're asking for. So we can work, so we can drive without being frightened, and have a better future for our kids now, for the new generation. Because that's what I want for my kids. I want to be able to work so my kids can go to college, to have a better future for them too. And I probably could say a lot more, but I can't talk right now, but you know, that's all we're asking for. Thank you.
So again, I think if all the mothers can come up here and stand behind me. Muchas mamás, por favor, si se pueden parar atrás de mí. Again, the point of this press conference is to personalize this issue, to humanize this issue. These are the people that are being persecuted. These are the people that are being hunted down. These are the people who do not qualify for the DREAM Act and deferred action. People who are being separated, deportations, about 1,000 deportations happen every single day. The people that are being deported are people like Christina. The people being deported are the people like my mother, Victoria. These are not criminals. We are not criminals. We're not here to abuse the system. We're not here to take any resources. We're here to contribute back into our country, back to our state, back to our county, because we believed in the American dream. That's the reason why we came here. Because the ideal of the American dream is an idea that is around the globe. It's this ideal of wanting to come to a country and become all you want it to be and become a better person. That idea is what people die for. That idea is why people cross miles and hundreds of miles of deserts to get here. So I want to thank everyone for coming. If you guys want to interview the moms one-on-one, you guys can do that now. So again, thank you to the media, to our supporters, and to the mothers. And thank you to the moms.